A teenage sensation has taken the football world by storm, breaking records and capturing the hearts of fans worldwide. At just 16 years old, he became the youngest player ever to feature for Palmeiras' first team and the second youngest goalscorer in Brazil's Serie A history. This wonder kid is none other than Endrick Felipe Moreira de Souza, known simply as Endrick. So, who is this young prodigy? What makes him so special that European giants like Real Madrid, Barcelona, and Chelsea were all vying for his signature? And how did he go from playing on the dusty streets of his hometown to becoming the most expensive U18 transfer in history? In this video, we'll uncover the incredible story of Endrick, the boy wonder from Brazil. Whether you're a die-hard Palmeiras fan, a Real Madrid supporter eager to see the future of your club, or simply a lover of the beautiful game, you won't want to miss this. Get ready to discover the journey of a true footballing phenomenon. Endrick was born on July 21st, 2006 in Taguatinga, a satellite city on the outskirts of Brazil's capital Brasilia. He was the youngest of 4 children with an older brother and 2 sisters. His father, Douglas Souza, had pursued his own dreams of becoming a professional soccer player, playing for several small clubs in Brasilia while trying to provide for his family. But Douglas's career never took off, and the family struggled financially. When Endrick was just 11 years old, his father left to chase his soccer dreams, leaving his mother unemployed and the family homeless. Endrick and his siblings were forced to live in an orphanage in Sao Paulo for 6 months until their father returned. Despite the hardships, Endrick's love for soccer never wavered. From the age of 4, he was already playing on the streets of his neighborhood, honing his skills against older kids. His father, recognizing his son's prodigious talent, began filming Endrick's goals and tricks, uploading the videos to YouTube in hopes of catching the attention of Brazil's big clubs. His videos soon went viral and the offers started pouring in. Flamengo, Santos, Sao Paulo, Brazil's most storied clubs were all vying for the young phenom's signature. But it was Palmeiras, one of Sao Paulo's biggest teams, that ultimately won the race, signing Endrick to their youth academy when he was just 11 years old. At Palmeiras, Endrick's talent blossomed. In his first 5 years at the club, he scored an astonishing 165 goals in 169 games across the youth levels. His performances caught the eye of Brazil's national youth team coaches, and he was soon representing his country at the U16 and U17 levels. But it was at the 2022 Copa São Paulo de Futebol Júnior, Brazil's most prestigious youth tournament, where Endrick truly announced himself to the world. Playing against boys up to 4 years older than him, the then 15-year-old forward scored 6 goals in 7 games, leading Palmeiras to their first ever title in the competition. He was voted player of the tournament by the fans, and his name was suddenly on the lips of every soccer fan in Brazil. Endrick's performances at the Copa São Paulo sent shockwaves through the soccer world. European giants like Real Madrid, Barcelona, Chelsea, and Manchester United were all suddenly jostling for his signature, sending scouts to Brazil to watch the young prodigy in action. Back home, the hype around Endrick reached fever pitch. Comparisons to Neymar, Ronaldo, and even Pelé were being thrown around by pundits and fans alike. His jersey sales skyrocketed, and he quickly became one of the most recognizable athletes in Brazil. In October 2022, just 3 months after his 16th birthday, Endrick made his professional debut for Palmeiras, coming on as a late substitute in a Brazilian Serie A match against Coritiba. 2 weeks later, he became the second youngest goalscorer in the history of Brazil's top flight, finding the net in a free. 1 win over Atlético Paranense. Endrick finished his first professional season with Palmeiras with 3 goals in 7 appearances, helping the club win the Brazilian league title. He was voted the most promising player in the league, and whispers of a big money move to Europe grew louder. In December 2022, Real Madrid won the race for Endrick's signature, agreeing a deal with Palmeiras that could rise to 72 million euros with add-ons and bonuses. It was the second most expensive transfer ever for a Brazilian player, behind only Neymar's move from Santos to Barcelona in 2013. Under the terms of the deal, Endrick would remain at Palmeiras until July 2024, when he turns 18 and is legally allowed to move abroad. Real Madrid had beaten out fierce competition from the likes of Chelsea, Paris Saint-Germain and Barcelona for the youngster's signature. The transfer fee raised eyebrows around the soccer world. 72 million euros for a 16-year-old who had barely played senior football seemed exorbitant even in the inflated market of modern soccer. But Real Madrid were convinced they had a generational talent on their hands, a player who could lead their attack for the next decade and beyond. For Endrick and his family, the move represented the culmination of a lifelong dream. I want to thank Palmeiras, forever the club of my heart, for offering me everything necessary to become what I am today, Endrick said in a statement after the transfer was announced. I will always be a fan of Palmeiras. To the fans of Palmeiras, I leave my affection, my gratitude, and the certainty that I will always be one of you. With the ink barely dry on his Real Madrid contract, Endrick returned to Palmeiras for the 2023 season with the weight of the world on his young shoulders. The pressure to live up to his price tag and the comparisons to Brazil's past greats was immense. At first, Endrick struggled to find his form. He went goalless in his first 10 appearances of the season, leading some to question whether Real Madrid had made a mistake in signing him so young. But the teenager soon silenced his doubters, scoring 11 goals in his next 15 games to finish as Palmeiras' top scorer in the league. His performances earned him a surprise call-up to the Brazilian national team for the 2026 World Cup qualifiers in November 2023. At just 17 years and 4 months old, he became the youngest player to be called up to the Seleção since Ronaldo in 1994. Endrick made his debut for Brazil as a substitute in a 2-1 defeat to Colombia before scoring his first international goal in a 1-1 draw with Argentina a few days later. He was suddenly being talked about as a potential wildcard for the 2026 World Cup, a tournament he would still only be 19 years old for. On the pitch, Endrick is a fast, skilled and versatile forward. He can play anywhere in attack, using his speed to beat defenders on the counter. His excellent ball control allows him to dribble past opponents in tight spaces. Endrick is also a natural goal scorer who can finish well under pressure with power or finesse. He works hard defensively too, tracking back to help his team. His unselfish attitude and all-round abilities make him a valuable team player. Endrick is often compared to Brazil's greatest players. Many see similarities with Ronaldo, the legendary striker who became a global star as a teenager. Others compare him to Neymar for his skill and creativity, but the most fitting comparison may be Pelé, who led Brazil to World Cup glory at 17. While it's too early to say if Endrick will reach their level, he has the potential to become a truly special player if he continues developing his immense talent. As Endrick prepares to make the move to Real Madrid in the summer of 2024, the future looks bright for the young Brazilian. He will join a team already stacked with young attacking talent, including his compatriots Vinicius Jr. and Rodrigo, as well as French superstar Kylian Mbappe. The challenge for Endrick will be to establish himself in a team full of world-class players, many of whom are only a few years older than him. He will need to adapt to a new country, a new language, and a new style of play, all while dealing with the intense scrutiny that comes with being a Real Madrid player. But if his short career so far is anything to go by, Endrick has the talent and the mentality to succeed at the very highest level. His combination of pace, power, and technical ability make him a nightmare for defenders, while his humble personality and strong family values keep him grounded off the pitch. Only